Hey traders, welcome back to another episode of the You Too Can Show with Octa. Now, whether you're a seasoned trader or this is just your first time trying trading, you're in for an exciting ride today as we delve into the heart of live trading. I'm Ambrose, and I'm sure you know that by now. And as always, I'm joined by my trading mentee, Tolu. Tolu, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm fine. Excited to be back.
Now, if you're just joining us or you're a newcomer in this training session, you too can with Octa. Tolu and I have been navigating through the world of Forex trading, and she has an ultimate goal, which is to earn her first $1,000 in trading. Now, she has learned a lot from the basics to the intermediate and advanced levels of trading, support and resistance, trading types, trading styles, and some really advanced strategies like hedging, arbitrage trading, and all that. And today, we are going to put some of the things we've learned into practice. We're going to do some live trading sessions. But before we do that, so go ahead and tell me, what are some of the valuable lessons that you've learned from our previous sessions?
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the previous episode before this. I've actually learned a whole lot, and if I decide to start like listing everything, it's going to take the whole time. So I would concentrate on the previous episode we just had. Two should I say topics that really like I really love would be risk management, but under risk management, apply trailing stop. That was like one information I really loved, and I used it a lot over time. Like I practiced with it, and it was really nice. Like before, I just set my stop loss and take profit, and that's that. But applying trailing stop helped with maximizing profit, or like getting profit, especially when I just want to like place that trade and just like get back to other stuff I am doing. But I still want to, like, I don't want to lose profits. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, totally.
Then yes. Then edging, especially cross edging. I practice that a lot also. Like working with two different currency pairs and like using them side by side to placing trades on both sides just to like make profit and maximize my trading also. So I think from the last episode, I learned a lot and I like love everything that I was taught, but those two basically, I really liked them and I used them, like practiced with both of them.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. These are important aspects and areas of trading, and I'm really happy that you actually got a grasp of what it is and how to use it in your everyday trading. Tell me, Tolu, I have another question for you. And the reason I'm asking you this question
All
is,
right.
again, today we're going to have a live trading session where we put everything that we've learned into practice. So I want to really know how well you've been practicing, and yeah, I need to know. So tell me, have you made any profits or losses on the demo account, and what are some of the reactions you've had to these profits and losses?
I've made both actually. I've made
Of course.
I've made a couple of profits and losses. So can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can. So how did you react to them?
I would say I have a certain level of emotional stability. Yes. So I used to have, if you remember during our when we started, I think the first episode where you were asking what do I think about the market and all of that, and I'm like, I always feel anxious about the market, and there's this certain level of fear. But at this moment, at this point, I can say I have emotional stability. So for the losses, I put everything that is like put all the necessary things to put, like take profit, stop loss, check the news and all of that. And when there are losses, I just understand that okay, it's part of it. You there will be wins, there will be days when I will lose. And so I just like control my emotions and leave the market 2, 3 trades and I'm done for that day. Like try to control myself. Not sometimes when I'm like, okay, should I try again? I'm like, no, just wait. Try again the next day and all of that. And for the wins also, I also like, basically, I would say emotional stability.
Yeah.
I have a lot of emotional stability, being able to put all the risk management, all the necessary things in place. So my response to the market is like both wins and losses. I'm very stable emotionally, so I don't make rash decisions.
That's really amazing. It's really, really amazing to see that, everything that we've learned, everything that I've taught you about the Forex market is being put into practice. And I can tell you that if you continue to put them into practice, your results are going to keep improving and you learn better, you find your strategies better and get good results out of the Forex market. Now, we've done a lot of learning in all the episodes we've had. Today, we're going to do some live trading, and I believe that this session we're going to have today would offer invaluable learning opportunities for you as well. And before we do that, we're just going to go ahead and show everybody watching how to make a deposit. So if you're watching, we're going to make a deposit because Tolu will be trading on a real account. She already has money in her account, but we're going to top that and show you guys, use the opportunity to show you guys how to make a deposit and also how to use the promo code and just how the promo code works in general. All right.
Okay.
Tolu already has about $115 in trading account, but we want to show you guys how to make a deposit, and we're also going to top this as well. So she starts with at least $200, and then we can start trading live. So to make a deposit, this is Tolu's screen. So I'm just going to be directing her on how to do that. And for you guys watching as well, if you want to make a deposit, this is how you do it. So Tolu, you want to click on instant bank transfers. Just go ahead and click on instant bank transfers. So click on minimum deposit amount. So we're going to do $100. So you can type in 126,000.
Done.
Yeah, proceed. So for those of you that are not familiar with the bonus method, this is where you can get bonuses when you want to make a deposit. Now, if you want to make a deposit or if you want to take advantage of this bonus, the bonus is you too can. You too can. It's going to be somewhere on the screen. And you can use that bonus to get 100% on it. You can use that promo code to get 100% bonus on your deposit. The promo code is you too can. Again, it's going to be somewhere on the screen. And what are the advantages of these bonuses, right? So the bonuses gives you, the bonuses would give you a higher trading volume. It doesn't block your withdrawals. It can be converted to money in full by trading. There are no limits or no time limits in completing the bonuses, and you can cancel the bonuses whenever you want. You can also take advantage of this bonus that you can see on the screen, the unlimited 10 to 50% bonus. And if you click on that, so go ahead and click on that so that I show them what I mean by bonuses and how it works. Okay, so there's some requirements for you, or there's some requirements or a certain volume that you should trade to be able to withdraw your bonus. And these requirements vary for different deposit amounts. So this requirement is for 10% is 5.02 lot size because of the amount that Tolu is depositing. If you're going to be depositing, let's say, for example, $1,000, then your requirements will be different. Again, the promo code for 100% bonus to your deposit is you too can. It's going to be somewhere on the screen. So you can go ahead and click on continue.
Choose
So
your
here
bank.
you get to put your bank. So you can go ahead and put in your bank.
Okay, so
Click on continue.
final
So
check.
that's where you can do a final check to be sure exactly, the amount that will be added, your bank, the account number of your trading account, and you can go ahead and make your deposit when you have finished checking correctly. These are some instructions you need to read before making the transfer. As you can see, don't transfer an incorrect amount. You can only use the account number once, and there's a certain time that the transfer would be, or the transaction would be expired if you don't make the transfer. So to be cancelled, and you have to start again. So if you understand, you can go ahead and click I understand these instructions and click on continue. And the account number that comes on your screen is the account number that you'll be depositing the money to. As you can see, VFD Microfinance Bank. And you can go ahead and make the transaction or the transfer to the account number on the screen. Remember, it's a one-time thing. You don't have to save this account number for multiple transfers. No, you don't have to do that. You can go ahead and make the transaction. Remember that you should put in the exact amount that you want to deposit. And as you can see, in less than 3 minutes, the deposit has already been made and the money has been deposited into Tolu's account. Tolu, can you check your trading account to see if the deposit has arrived? It's going to redirect by itself anyway. So
Yes.
if you've been wondering about, if you've been looking for steps to make a deposit or ways you can make a deposit, this is one of the ways you can make a deposit. And any deposit you should be making should be through the Octa's website. Don't make any deposit outside the website. You can see the steps we followed. There are other deposit methods on the website, not out of the website, okay?
Okay.
Hi guys, lots of you have seen those deposit bonuses that Octa offers. However, not all of you know what a bonus is and how to apply it. So let me guide you through the process. Watch this video until the end and grab your 100% bonus for more profitable trading. Let's go. The deposit bonus increases your equity and free margin. It helps you open orders with a bigger volume. So here's how it works. If you make a $100 deposit and apply a 50% bonus, you'll get $150 for trading. This way, you can open more orders with a bigger volume, potentially increasing your profits. Now, let me show you how to use it. Log into your Octa profile. Find the promo code section in the side menu. Enter the promo code U2CAN and tap Activate. Initiate a new deposit method and choose your preferred payment method. You can choose from instant bank transfers, Nigerian local banks, Skrill, Neteller, and many more. Claim your 100% bonus in the checkbox and complete the deposit process. And that's it. Now you know what a bonus is and how to apply it. Good luck.
All right, guys, as you can see, Tolu has made her first, well, not her first deposit, but she has made a deposit. And if this is your first deposit for you, the viewers watching, if you're going to make a deposit after this session, or you just made a deposit while you were watching with us, congratulations, and congratulations to Tolu on your deposit. Now she has over $200. We're going to go ahead and review some of the things we've learned, see if she has any questions, and then we go to the charts and apply whatever it is we've learned to the live trading. We have an event, a news event coming up soon. So we're also going to trade that as well. But again, guys, for a 100% bonus to your deposits, the promo code is U2CAN. Let's go over some of the things we've learned in the previous episodes. And Tolu, we'll go to the charts and we can start live trading. Are you excited?
I am.
All right, quick disclaimer, guys.
Catch trading opportunities even if you don't have much time to monitor the market. We'll do it for you. SpaceFeed is your gateway to smart trading. Adjust the feed to your needs to know where the market will go. Explore now. Octa. Lucky you have.
Any opinion, news research, prices, analysis, or other information discussed in this training or linked to this presentation are provided as general market commentary and do not constitute investment advice. So we're going to do a review of the first episode where we talked about Forex, what is traded in the Forex market, who is a Forex broker, currency pairs, bid and ask price, spread. Tolu was shown how to create a trading account. And we also looked at pips and points, leverage, and lot size. So do you have any question from the first episode?
No, I don't.
Okay, amazing. In the second episode, we looked at trading accounts, how to create your first trading account. types of currency pairs, Forex volatility, understanding the economic calendar. Any questions on this?
No question.
Okay, episode 3, trading idea, key elements of a trading idea, examples of a trading idea, candlestick charts, chart patterns, trends, Forex terms. We discussed all this. Do you have any questions on episode 3?
No question.
Okay, episode 4, one of a very interesting episode. We looked at risk management, take profit and stop loss, how to set them, how to calculate position size, trading journal on why it's important to have it, trading psychology, and how to keep your emotions in control. Any questions from episode 4?
No question.
Okay, episode 5, fundamental analysis. We discussed economic indicators and some of the major events in the economic calendar, the CPI, the NFP, the GDP, Fed and reports from the Fed, all that. We looked at how the news can affect the Forex market. Interestingly, today we're going to look at some of the events we have and trade one of the events we have coming up as well. So we'll put this into practice and also we'll talk about how to understand and how to trade the news. Any questions from episode 5?
I think I have a question actually.
Okay.
Maybe just clarification
Okay, go ahead.
on how to trade the news. Okay, so on how to trade the news, understanding how to trade the news. So I have a question from previous episode on cross-edging. So
Okay.
it was a challenge I noticed where I've read the economic calendar, read the news, and then I'm trying to like trade the news, what I read and all of that. Then so for cross-edging, if you remember, I said I actually practiced cross-edging, and it's something I actually like. It fascinates me a lot. But then cross-edging is supposed to be a situation where, say for instance, I take Euro USD, USD JPY, USD JPY, then Euro USD. It's meant to be a situation where say for instance, if I buy on USD JPY to get the same result and I'm interested in USD. So to get the same result on Euro USD, I'm supposed to be selling on Euro USD.
Yes, because
Yes.
you're buying USD.
But actually, from my own observation, I wasn't really getting the same results.
Yes. So remember, I told you about different types of currencies: major, minor, exotic. These cross currencies as well. Now, if you look at, let's say, Euro USD and GBP USD, if you're buying Euro USD, you'd also buy GBP USD. There is more. You have more tendencies to make more profit than when you're crossing in a currency like USD JPY. Why? Because now if you look at USD JPY, Euro USD, let's say you're selling Euro to buy USD, right? And then you're buying USD in USD JPY. Yeah. The strength of JPY would also determine how USD JPY would act. Do you understand?
Oh, I understand.
Or USD CHF as well. The strength of the Swiss franc will determine how the chart of the USD CHF market is going to look. So you don't just go ahead and say, because I'm buying Euro, I'm selling USD, let me sell USD everywhere else. Let me sell USD JPY, let me sell USD CHF, let me buy NZD and sell USD. You don't just start selling USD everywhere, because if you look at this chart, we're going to go to the during the live trading session, I'll share my screen and show you, and you see the differences in these different currencies. You want to cross in currencies that are alike. And if you're going to cross in totally different currencies, you have to look at the base or the quotes, the counter currencies, and see, is this doing well? You don't just use the bias of one particular currency and say, because I'm buying here, let me buy across all currencies. Do you understand?
Okay.
Especially when you're doing that on a minor currency. If you're trading on a major currency, let's say like Euro USD and GBP USD, there's high tendencies that if you're buying Euro to sell USD, and you also buy Euro to sell USD, and you also buy GBP to sell USD, there's more tendency that you will make a profit compared to crosses like USD CHF or USD ZAR, other currencies or minor currencies like dollar
Okay.
and USD. All right. It will require you to look at the
All
other,
right.
the strength
Yes.
and the weakness of the other currency more than you would for major currencies. Do you understand?
Okay. Okay. Yes, I understand.
Any other questions on episode 5?
No other question.
Okay, episode 6, choosing your trading style. We did an in-depth exploration of chart patterns and indicators, support and resistance with back testing. Any questions?
Okay, not really. I think it's just more of feedback for this.
Feedback. What do you want me to give you feedback on?
I think it's feedback from my side. So I actually tried trading, day trading.
Okay.
So I actually felt like it was not working for me. So I don't know if there are. Yes, I tried day trading. It wasn't working. Like I tried to see. My goal was to see, say for instance, after reading the news and it's like, okay, for instance, gold is bullish, and then I've been reading the news for a couple of days and for weeks, and the news has been saying gold has been bullish for a certain period of time, and I'm trying to like trade for a whole day, like maybe 24 hours, just place a particular trade, like a buy trade, since gold has been bullish. So I want to know if that was like a smart move or something that I actually shouldn't do.
So
I don't know
it
if you understand what
depends.
I'm saying.
It depends, right? I told you your
Okay.
analysis should be a combination of fundamental and technical. You shouldn't just say because
Okay.
I'm seeing the news, gold is bullish in the news, I want to be buying gold. I told you this, that's not that should not be the basis of your trade execution, right? You want to do a combination. Gold is bullish. What is the strength of this bull run? What is the strength of this report? Is it going to have a long-term impact or a short-term impact? Reports like NFP, CPI, inflation decisions, these reports have quite a long-term impact. All right. So you look at also the speeches from the central bank governors, they have long-term impact because they give you their stance on monetary policy. So you don't just look at any news and just say, because the news is saying gold is bullish, I'm going to buy gold. It could be for a short term. It could be for 3 days, 2 days. You want to look at how the market is going to react or how the market is going to potentially move in the longer term. And you come to your trading charts and look for areas where you can position. Now, if you're going to be trading, if the market is giving you signs that there will be a continuous run to the top, just like right now, gold is trending upwards. And we've not seen any the major technical reason why gold is going to retrace a little bit, which I can see that it was already done. When we go to the charts, I'll show you. But one of the major reasons why we're going to see pullbacks is because in an uptrend, you're going to see a higher high and a higher low. The RSI, most of these indicators are showing overbought indications. So we've not really seen any significant reason for gold to drop fundamentally, right? Just overbought levels that we're seeing, which obviously the market is going to retrace to an extent and continue to go up and all that. So you don't just want to take no fundamentals and just use indicators to start selling. No, you want to see a combination of the dollar weakening for you to know that you want to continue to buy gold, or you want to see a combination of the dollar getting stronger, and then you know that this sell on gold, you combine that with your overbought levels. Look at your chart to see key levels where you want the market to break below, and you can position yourself for a sell. We're going to do all this when we get to the live trading session. I can show you clearly. All right?
Okay, yes.
So don't just trade the news in isolation. Don't just say, oh, because the news is saying gold is bullish, you just go and start buying gold. You have to look at how long is the impact of this report going to last on the markets? On what time frame am I analyzing this market? And at what levels do I want to buy or sell? Your support and resistance on the 15 minutes means nothing on the 4-hour time frame. Well, little to nothing on the 4-hour time frame. And if you look at higher time frame, the daily time frame, Those are where support and resistance levels hold perfectly well or hold strongly. If I should use the word strongly, yes. Those are where it holds strongly, right? So you're not going to just say gold is bullish and you go to the 15 minutes to start plotting support and resistance. All right. If you look at a long-term news report, you have to also look at long-term technical analysis as well. And then start scaling to your attack force to know where you should position and trade in that direction. All right.
Okay. Yes. All right. Understand better.
Okay. Episode 7, things to consider before trading, things to consider when trading. We also did like a back test, a live trading session as well. Order review on different types of orders. Any questions?
No question.
Okay. Episode 8, hedging strategies, events trading, which we're going to do today. Market sentiment analysis. Any questions?
No question.
Okay, I was going to do a Q&A session, but you don't have any questions. So, yeah, most of the things that I was supposed to tell you concerning the questions that you've asked, some of the corrections, I've already given you these corrections already. So what we're going to do now is to go over to the charts, and I'll show you some of the, just try to revise so you can get familiar with the charting area, and we'll try to catch up with the news events that's going to be coming up. It's FOMC, so hopefully we catch up with that and we can trade it live. All right?
All right.
So this is the Octa Trader, and if you're not familiar with the Octa Trader, this is Octa's trading platform for the web. You can also access this using the Octa app or the Octa trading app on your mobile device. This is different from the MT4 and the MT5. So when you create the Octa Trader account, you have access to what we call space, right? This space includes, the analysis from expert traders that you can use to guide your trading decisions. And there are also some amazing tools that you can use on here. Tolu, are you familiar with these tools?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so before we go into the analysis and live trading, you can go ahead and explain some of these tools and, what they do, why you use them. Just go ahead and explain these tools for me, the ones you see in your chart. So just assume that I'm a beginner trader and I don't know what trading is about. So just go ahead and tell me. You don't have to do any analysis.
Okay, so here, this is the Octa Trader website. Should I say environment? So I'm going to be starting from my left side. First thing I have here is the search instruments. So depends on the instrument I want to work with or trade. Forex, crypto, indices, metals, energies. I can search for the instrument here, and here all means I have a list of all the instruments here. So if I want a specific one, I can click on it, either Forex, crypto, indices, metals, energies. Okay, here at this extreme left-hand side, if I want to make a deposit, I can just come here, withdraw, I can come here, make a transfer, this is it. Then here I have, operation history. That's like the history of trades. And then economic calendar is also here. So I want to check what the news is saying at the moment. I come to the economic calendar. Then back here, this is the currency that I clicked on. So it is showing here. If I click on another currency, say GBP, USD, shows up here. And then if I want to add it to favorite, so I don't have to keep searching again and again and again, I just click on this star and it adds to my favorites. So if I want to place a pending order, come here. Then if I want to, for instance, I have Euro USD here. If I want to place a sell or a buy, I have here. And then my lot size, I impute my lot size here. If I want to reduce it, I use this. If I want to increase it, I use this. And here I have a list of all the instruments on the Octa Trader website. Then moving to the main, or should I say the middle, I have margin here, free margin tells me how much I have in my account, margin level, equity, I have bonus funds. Then coming here, this is my time frame. Can click on it and change it to whatever time frame I would like to work with.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, I have indicators also, and I have tools, different tools that I have trend line, I have the rectangular line, I can click on indicators here and tools here. And if I want to delete anything, I can use this. Then I have the main page for the charts.
Yeah.
Yes. So this shows me candlestick movements and where I can analyze the market if I want to, and know what to do if I want to place a trade, basically. Coming down here, this shows me open orders. When I place a trade, this shows me my open orders. If I place a pending order, this will show me the list of my pending orders. And if I close a trade, this shows me the trades are placed that I either closed or instructed my broker, which is Octa, to close.
Okay.
Say I set a stop loss or I take profits. So this is floating profit. This is floating profit. This floating profit works when I place a trade, either open or pending. So once a trade is active, this floating profit shows me whether I'm making a profit or I'm making a loss, and the addition or subtraction from my balance. That's the balance in my trading accounts. The floating profit shows me what it is at the moment when I place a trade. And so I want to close all the trades. Say I have so many trades I open at the same time, say 2-3 trades, and I want to close it at the same time. I use this close all, closes everything once instead of having to do it one by one. Then coming here, I have trading accounts. So I can select different trading accounts. If I want to use a demo account, if I want to use my real account, I can find everything here. Then if I want to place a deposit, I can also come here. Then this is space, where I get news about currencies, or what's the word now? Instruments. Yes, instruments. So if I'm following any particular instrument on Octa, I can get the latest updates. Okay, so there's a general outlook, there's fundamental factors, and if you're good to go, you can place a trade, but basically you get up-to-date news on currencies or instruments you actually like or trade on often. You get it here in space. And I think that's a general information about the Octa Trader website.
That was a very good way to describe these tools and generally describe the Octa Trader. It just shows that you're a lot familiar with the Octa Trader, the tools available, and you really know how to take advantage of it. Now, moving to the live trading aspect. Are you familiar with, because we discussed the things to do before trading and the things to do during a trade. So there are some steps that we discussed. It's called, I think I called it a framework, right? That would guide you before executing a trade. What do you remember the first thing that was on the list for the steps before executing a trade?
Okay, so say I've read the news and now I've picked the instrument I want to trade with. The first thing to do is to check my time frame. I'd say check my time frame and make sure that it's a time frame that works with my trading plan. After checking my time frame, I would check for key areas in the instrument I've picked for key areas on the charts. Check for key areas and draw my support and resistance line.
Identify the key levels.
Yes, identify
Identify
key
the entry
levels.
levels as well. So
Yes.
after entry levels, what else do you want to identify?
So I'm thinking probably before identifying key levels, after identifying key areas, okay, the next thing is to check the trend, if it's an uptrend or a downtrend on the charts.
After identifying key levels, you identify the trend.
Yes.
So what makes up market structure?
Okay.
What makes
Market
up
structure?
Yeah. So when you come into the chart, and the first thing you want to look out for is what? Like, you're already on the charts, you've looked at fundamentals, now you don't need you've already understood what's going on economically, you know the events that will be coming out or have already come out, and you look at your chart. What's the first thing you want to identify?
Key areas.
You want to identify the trend. You want to look out for the direction of the market so that you know if you're trading in that direction or in the opposite direction. Because even if you trade in that direction, you have a potential to make profit. If you trade opposite direction, you also have a potential to make profit. You can also identify key areas, but you can do that after looking at the trend. Is this an uptrend? Is this a downtrend? And what makes up an uptrend?
Okay. Higher highs, higher lows.
What makes up a downtrend?
Lower highs, lower lows.
Lower highs, lower lows.
Okay, so I just want to quickly ask. So I'm supposed to check out for the trend before checking out for the key areas?
Yes, you look at the trend and then you start to plot your supply and demand zones, support and resistance levels. Looking for the trend first just makes it simpler to identify the key levels. Because now you know that if you're seeing an uptrend market, you're looking for key levels that rhyme at the swing lows or swing highs.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Okay, so when you identify your entry, the next thing you want to look out for is your exit, where you want to exit the trade, and then you apply proper risk management. So the first thing we're going to do would be to check the news and see if we have any high impact events that will be released today. All right?
All right.
So go to the Octa economic calendar. Do you know where to find that? Beautiful. Yeah. And you want to change your time zone. Change your time zone to West Central Africa. So the reason for that is so that you see the news being released at the time at your country's time. Okay. So just type West. You can just type West.
Okay, I've seen search West.
Yeah. But if you're watching and you're not in West Central Africa, don't use this time zone. Okay. So now you see that we have. What are you doing, Tolu?
Okay, I'm here.
You want to change your time zone?
No.
Okay. I thought you were going to time travel. Anyway, we're looking at different impacts, different news impacts. We have low, we have medium, we have high, right? Are you familiar with these different news impacts or these events?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. So you know that the low impact events don't bring about any volatility to the market. Medium impacts can bring about medium impact or medium volatility. High impact most times bring about high volatility to the market. And we're going to be looking at just high impact events for today. So click on advanced impact events in the checkbox. So uncheck low and medium and just leave high impact. Then you can scroll down and click on apply filters. Scroll, oh, okay, perfect. Now you see that all other events that are not high impact events have cleared from the list, and now we're focusing on the high impact events, which obviously would be released in a few minutes. Do you know what retail sales is, Tolu?
No.
Okay, but do you understand how to use the economic calendar? I think we discussed this when I talked about previous, forecast, and actual. Do you remember how to analyze this?
To some extent, yes.
Okay, we're just going to do a brief brush up, right? So I told you, you can click on any of these events and then you see a drawdown that explains what this event means and what you should look out for, right? And for retail sales, if you don't know what it is, if you're watching also, and you don't know what retail sales is just the total sales of goods and services by retail stores within a specific time period. All right, you can see the definition there as well by Octa. It's released by the US Census Bureau on a monthly basis. So the retail sales is important to you as a trader because it gives you data on economic health, stability and instability of different economies. It gives you data on consumer confidence as well, because the retail sales can also reflect consumer confidence. In this case, what it means is that when there are a lot of consumers that are confident about their financial situation, they are more likely to spend money. All right. So as a trader, you monitor the retail sales data or reports to gauge the changes in consumer sentiment. It can also be important to you for central bank monetary policy as well, because the central banks consider the retail sales data when making monetary policy decisions. What this means is that a strong retail sales can make or prompt the central banks to increase the interest rates to prevent overheating in the economy, right? And they can also cut the interest rates to stimulate economic growth if we have a weak retail sales report. Now, looking at, click on the retail sales month over month, which is the second one. And tell me, what does the last sentence say? Generally, a high
reading is seen as bullish for the US dollar, while a low reading is seen as bearish.
So we have the previous at 0.6. The forecast is at 0.3, which means economists and analysts are expecting a lower reading. And if we have an actual reading that is lower than the previous reading, what do you expect would happen to the dollar?
If we have a lower reading,
yes,
it will be bearish. It will fall.
Okay, you can clearly see there. So that's one of the reasons why Octa provides this insight, so that you know what to expect from each reading. Now, there are different types of reactions of news events. There are different types of reactions of currency pairs to these news events. For example, we have a lot of events now, NFP, CPI, GDP, all these reports, and sometimes these events can be counterintuitive, right? You can see an event that would come out negative, that should be bearish for the domestic currency, but what happens to the charts? You see that domestic currency increase in value a little bit. Most times, these events play out in days, in weeks. It depends on the strength of the event and also the strength or weakness of the counter currency, right? If you're trading USD against JPY, for example, and JPY is doing really great, the Japanese economy is doing really great, and you see an event that comes out on USD that comes out great as well, then you see some conflictions, right? This can also be due to market expectations. Some traders have already priced this news event ahead of time before the release. So if there was an anticipation of a particular outcome, you see traders start to adjust their positions accordingly, and that's when you start to see a conflictive market. Sometimes you look at the chart and you say this currency pair or this currency is supposed to go down based on this news event, but it's going up. So that's why it's important to not just trade the fundamental or news events in isolation. You don't just want to start trading based on the reports. It's bearish, let me just start selling US dollar. No, you want to look at the counter currency, look at the other currency, and also look at your technical analysis to be buying or selling at the best possible price. Sometimes price may want to get into some key levels, grab some liquidity before moving in the direction of the news report. All right, so those are some of the things that you should look out for, not just buying and selling based off the news event that you have understood. So do you understand what retail sales is?
Yes, I understand.
All right, great. So if we get a report of zero, let's say we get a 0.2% data on retail sales, what would be your bias? Would that be bullish for the dollar or bearish for the dollar?
Okay, so right now we have a 0.3, forecast is 0.3, but if we get a 0.2, it's still going to be bearish.
For the dollar, right? But are you going to go to your chart and just start selling the US dollar?
No.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to compare and contrast with the currency pair, like the other currency, to make sure that or find out what is also happening with the other currency. And then use
what again?
to decide how to trade.
What was the last thing you said? I didn't get that.
Okay, I said I'm going to like compare and contrast with the other currency in the currency pair, then find out what is also going on with that other currency, and then use that information to decide on how to trade.
Are you going to use technical analysis as well?
Yes, after getting information about both instruments in the currency pair, I would then move on to the necessary things I have to do, like things to do before placing a trade, like looking at my time frame, looking at the trend of the market, looking at the charts, looking at key levels, key areas, and then everything I need to, my entry exit points before placing a trade.
All right, amazing. Now we're going to go to your charts and we're going to do some analysis and take some live trades. Are you ready for that, Tolu?
Yes, I am.
Okay, before we do that, you have to tell me, we just discussed the things to look out for before executing a trade. Check the news, conduct analysis, which we're going to do. Now, while the trade is open, do you know what we're going to be looking out for?
After we've opened the trade?
Yes. After you've executed the trade, what do you look out for, or what do you do? We discussed this when we talked about things to consider when trading. Do you remember?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. So what are the things to consider when trading? There are three main things to consider when trading. This is after trade execution.
Exit points.
What did you say?
My exit point, like where I'm meant to exit that trade.
Okay. So now you've executed the trade. That's one.
Okay. The movement of the candlestick momentum.
So that's you're monitoring the price to see if there are any changes.
Yes.
Looking at candlestick momentum. And what's the last one?
Last one should be exit points, where to leave or when to leave the market.
In case there's any changes in momentum, you're looking out for where to exit the trade or where to use your trailing stop to follow up with that trade, right?
Yes.
Amazing.
So right about now, we're going to go to the charts and we're going to do some analysis. Let's go. All right, so we're looking at the Euro USD chart right now. Do you want to say something?
Yes, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay, so in a situation where I probably want to trade Euro USD and I already checked the economic calendar, I have information about USD, but Euro is also a strong currency and I need information about Euro. What do I do in such a situation?
If you need information about Euro.
Yes. Before I go ahead to maybe, okay.
You can check the economic calendar. There would be either a pre-release news on that would affect the Euro or an incoming news that will affect the Euro. Now, there's also something you can do. So every week, right, Octa releases what we call market analytics.
Sorry, can you please come again?
There would be a pre-release news that would impact the Euro or an upcoming news that would also impact the Euro that keeps you informed on what to expect from the Euro, right? The main idea is to understand the strength and weakness of these two different currencies and trade by your understanding of either which one is stronger, which one is weaker, which one do you want to buy, which one do you want to sell. Now, there's also something you can use to stay informed with the events and also the strength and weakness of these currencies. So every week, Octa releases what we call market analytics. It's on YouTube. You can find that on YouTube. It's being released every week. You can get a notification on that. If you stay updated with that YouTube release or the video, you'd get information on the events, the economic events to expect for the week, and also the economic events or the impact of the events that have happened in the past week. All right, you can find that on the Octa Broker YouTube channel. It's being released every week, so it's important that you subscribe and turn on post notifications. And for those of you watching, if you've not already done that, make sure you're subscribed and your post notifications are turned on to the Octa Broker YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on this videos and market analytics. All right, Tolu, do you have any other question?
No.
Okay, so we're going to be trading. What major currency do you think you're familiar with?
I would say, okay, for currency, I've actually been trading metals. The currency.
It's not a bad idea to trade metals, but as a beginner trader, you want to get familiar with, currency trading, and then you can switch to metals if you like.
So I would stick to Euro USD.
Euro USD.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the 4-hour time frame or let's go to the daily time frame on Euro USD. Let's go to the daily time frame on Euro USD.
Yeah, right.
So you said you wanted to find out the if you want to know the reports on Euro. So if you go to your economic calendar, you can switch to the next tab where you have the economic calendar and change the filter to medium. So you include medium events in the filter. So scroll up, click on advanced filters, then you add medium events. And then you can scroll down and click on apply filter. So do you see that we had an event or a news event on Euro? We had a speech, we had the month-over-month report on industrial production. You can also click that to see. Let's click it. The industrial production index released by Eurostat on a monthly basis measures the changes in prices or price-adjusted outputs of the industry. It is a widely followed indicator to gauge the strength of the Eurozone's
manufacturing sector. A high reading is seen as bullish for the euro, while a low reading is seen as bearish for the euro. Obviously, we got a high reading, which is going to also impact the euro. But remember, this is a medium impact event. And also we had another speech by the European Central Bank as well. And it's also important to pay attention to these speeches because they give you an idea of, the stance, the central bank stance on monetary policy. So go back to the chart, go back to Octa Trader. So if you wanted to get an idea of what's going on with the other currency, if it's the base or the counter, you can always check the economic events. Octa economic calendar shows you what these reports and the impact on all the currencies and also major currencies that you can trade in the Forex market. So let's go to the daily. I don't think it has loaded up completely. Let's give it some time.
It doesn't.
And you have to always remember to look at the higher time frames first, right? So that you don't just start trading 30 seconds time frame or 1 minute time frame without looking at the bigger picture. I mean, like I said, you can trade in the opposite direction of the market and make a profit. You can trade in the continuation direction of the market, but it's important that you're aware of which direction you're trading. That can help you a lot.
Okay.
All right, so what do we want to look out for? Trend. Close your space so that you can see it clearly.
Space.
Perfect. Now we're seeing the market trend upwards, downwards, and now we are currently seeing that if you look on the daily time frame, we just broke out of a support zone. Can you identify the support zone we broke out of on the daily time frame on Euro USD? We broke out of a support zone, closed the break, and now you're seeing the market try to retrace. But can you indicate the support zone that we just broke out of?
Yeah.
So what makes up a support zone?
What makes up a support zone?
Yes. How do you identify a support zone? What do you want to look out for? How do we identify a key level? What makes a certain level in price a key level? When we have multiple retests, right? It can be one retest, but at the second retest, then that makes it a key level. And the more price continues to retest that level, the stronger it becomes. If you get a break, we know that that break is most likely going to start. Use the horizontal or use the rectangle tool. And if you use the rectangle tool, you see that you can extend it all the way to the left. There's a key level at 1.050 psych level. There's a support level that has served as resistance in the past. Use the rectangle tool, because now we're looking at multiple zones. We're not just looking at 2 or 3 touches. We're looking at multiple zones. So use the rectangle tool so you can identify those zones. Not the trend line or the horizontal line. Use the rectangle tool. Can you hear me, Tolu?
The rectangle.
You can find that in the brush. You can find that when you click on the brush, you'd see just by the side. Yes.
So to like identify key.
So look at this chart and you see an area where there are multiple retests, right?
Identify areas where there are multiple
retests. If you look at most recent price action, which was the bearish candlestick that closed yesterday, you would see that there was a breakout. Exactly. Now you see that the bearish candlestick that closed yesterday broke out of this key support level. Extend it to the most recent price action. And you can also extend that to the left as well, all the way up to September. Okay, so do you see how significant this horizontal this support level is. Obviously, it was a resistance level in the past, but now it has turned to support. And what has price done? Price has broken below that support. Can you identify where price broke below support?
Yeah.
Exactly. It broke below and it closed below. Now we're seeing the emergence of a bullish candlestick, but we're not certain that's going to close bullish. All we need for this candlestick to do is to also push back to the lowest point of the previous bearish candlestick. Now, if this market were to continue to head down, where is the most recent swing it would head down to? Can you identify that with your horizontal line? Not the rectangle, the horizontal line. Identify the next swing low that this or the next key level that this candlestick or this market would retest potentially if we get a bearish move to the downside.
So if we get a bearish move, where this market will most likely
The most recent
go to
swing.
swing should be here.
So let's say that is a low, right? Let's just call that a low. It supports, obviously we can see that. Now, when the market got to that point, this place where you have your horizontal line, you can see that it pushed back. Can you hear me, Tolu?
Yes, please.
When the market got to this point, you can see that it pushed back up and came down to create a higher low. Can you see that?
Higher low. Okay.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Go back down to the support level where you have your horizontal line. It pushed back, it pushed up, it bounced, and it retraced. Where is the most recent retracement after the push? Pushed up, retraced. You've skipped the retrace. It pushed up and it retraced down. You can actually see exactly what's common in that area. What's common? What do you find common in this level? Another push up and a retracement to that same level, another push up and another retracement to that same level. So let's also identify that as the most recent swing. All right. So you have to indicate that as well. So before the market gets down to the place that you identified as your swing, it's obviously going to react to this zone. You can see the multiple times that the market made a retest at that level before pushing upwards to break out of the retest. So indicate that level, that higher low that you can see there, because that's the most recent swing. If the market were to head down, you're going to see a retest at that level before it comes all the way down to the blue line that you just indicated.
So here?
Yes, extend it all the way to most recent price action. Exactly. Push it to the left a little bit.
Okay.
Push, 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 push. Push.
Should I still push?
Yes. Now you can extend all the way to the right. So this time you're not dragging, you're extending. So extend all the way to the right. So now you see that you've identified this as a zone, which is obviously the recent swing. If the market is going to head down, this is the recent swing that's going to retest. You can probably see a consolidation before a continuous break to the downside or a bounce to the upside. But this has covered the support level that you identified and the recent swings and all the retest and drama that happened at that time, right? So what are we looking out for? We've seen a break, we've seen a solid close. We're looking out for the next candlestick to also push back down below the lowest point of that breakout candlestick. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Let's zoom in a bit. Zoom in to most recent price action. Perfect. So if we're looking out for a break below the lowest point of the candlestick, where is the lowest point of that candlestick? The candlestick pushed back down. So if you want to trade the sell at the lowest point of that candlestick, because if the market pushes back down below that point, then we're going to see a break below. Exactly. So place a pending order, sell stop at that level. Place a pending order, Euro USD sell stop.
Okay, so I'm meant to place my entry price. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Tolu.
So my entry price is meant to be, I'm meant to change it, right? To this.
It's a pending order, so you change it to the lowest point of that candlestick. We need to make sure that it's at the yes. So it's going to be 1.0620. That's going to be your entry
Lowest
price.
point of the candlestick.
1.0620. That's going to be your entry price. 1.0620.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. You're placing your entry
Okay.
at 1.0620. $1.0620. So your stop loss, where would your stop loss be?
I'm actually trying to identify 1.0620.
We've identified the entry price. So let's look for the stop loss. Where would your stop loss be? Slightly above, just slightly above. So we're looking at 1.067. 1.0670. Now that would be 50 pips, right? Which means that on this account, that's about 2 let's say 2.2 or 2.3% risk on that particular trade. Now, where would your take profit be? We've already identified the most recent swing where the market is going to retest if we're going to get a sell. So where would your take profit be? Can you remember? Can you scroll down? If you scroll down, you'll see where we identified as our take profit level. Remember that your least risk to reward should be 1 to 1% at the very least. So let's scroll down a bit. Take the chart up, and then we'll see where we identified as our most recent swing low.
So I'm still trying to figure out where we actually made our entry.
Don't worry about the entry. You've already typed it in. So let's look at we've not executed this trade yet. We've identified the entry, we've identified the stop loss. We need to identify the take profit, and then you place your order, then you can see the levels. The trade is not executed yet. Okay? So you've already identified the entry. You've seen that the entry is at the lowest, slightly below the lowest point of that candlestick that broke out. If we get another break below that point, then I'm anticipating that the market heads down to the recent swing. So go back to the daily time frame. Let's identify the stop loss, or the take profit rather.
I can hear you now.
So remember that we've identified the entry price, the stop loss, and now the take profit is just at the swing low that you identified. That zone, that area, that's what we want to look out for. And that's going to be more than a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So that's what we're going to use. So when it loads, you just point out that swing low, which is going to serve as support, which we expect the market to retest if we get that nice breakout to the downside. So when it loads, identify that zone, and we'll use that as our take profit.
Okay, so pending the time it actually loads, let me use this. You can still see the screen, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I'm still trying to identify the points where we took, like where we entered this trade.
You already typed it in. The trade has not been executed yet. The point where we enter this trade is, you see that candlestick, the wick, that candlestick that went down a bit and pushed. Yes, just below it. That's where we entered the trade.
Oh, okay. We entered below.
Yes. It's a sell stop.
A sell stop. I'm placing my trade below the
market price.
Entry market price, anticipating that the market goes down.
Yes. So click on pending order. What we can also do is to go ahead and execute the trade, and when it loads, then we modify the trade and impute our take profit.
$1.067. Value is too high.
Click on sell stop. You're clicking on buy limit. You have to change it to sell stop.
Oh.
So this is a 2% risk, or should I say 2.5% risk on this trade. What that means is that you're risking 2.5% on this trade. So you can go ahead and execute the trade, and we can modify the take profit while the trade is already open, just so that the market doesn't get to our preferred price and continue to go down, and then we miss out on an entry. You can always modify your trade while it's open. And another thing I noticed is that you don't really have a good network, and it's not really ideal to trade with a bad network. You want, especially when you're trading instant execution or you're trading market execution. For pending orders, well, you can, because it's future price, you can always trade, but it's just good that whenever you're trading, you're using good network so that your trades are executed swiftly and at your preferred price. So Tolu, you want to keep an eye out for, or you want to be on the lookout for this trade and see if there are any changes that you should make or positions that you should add as well. Can you hear me, Tolu?
Yes, please.
All right. And also, just why I said you should keep an eye out is because when the market starts to push back up, then you want to trade in that direction as well. You want to look out for the possible entries that you can follow suit in the upward direction, or another area that you can sell from, right? So you just always want to check in and keep your eyes on the markets to know if there are some adjustments that should be done, necessary adjustments that should be done to your trades. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do actually.
All right, go ahead.
So there was a time you made a correction where you were like, you asked what time frame I use for, you asked the time frame I use for analysis and the time frame I use for trading, for placing trades. And you were like, the time, I said 4 hours. I was like, I use 4 hours for both. And you were like, okay, 4 hours might be fine for analysis, but it's best to use a lower time frame for trading, for like, yes, say trading, like 15 minutes, 30 minutes. So I'm wondering why we're actually using 4 hours one day right now.
So we use 4 hours and the 1 day to analyze. Now, remember that I told you the reason why you want to go to the 15 minutes time frame is because you want to look at candlestick momentum, right? Remember that this is not a market execution trade. This is a pending order.
Okay.
Do you understand? So even if you go to the lower time frames, that's at that point, at the place where we executed our sell stop, we'll still need, we wouldn't be giving that candlestick momentum because the price needs to get to that point first before we see it.
Do you understand? The price needs to get to our preferred, our pending order before you can see the momentum at that point. So you can do that. You can use the lower time frames for market execution, but for pending orders, 4 hours is good, 1 hour is good. But when you're placing market execution and you know that you want to close that trade within the day, lower time frames are better. They give you more insight on market momentum, and you're also able to use tighter stop losses. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't come back and check this trade on the 15 minutes time frame. When I say be on the lookout for your trades, you can also do that on the lower time frames and see how the market reacts to that level on the 15 minutes time frame to know if you should actually continue with the pending order or execute or exit that pending order. All right.
All right.
Do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay, that's the end of our live trading session. So remember to keep an eye out on your trade. Look out for possible or necessary adjustments that you need to make. And also if you're required to open more positions, especially when you get more breakouts to the downside or a break and a retest, then you can add positions. Just be on the lookout for your trades, and always update me on the progress of your trades as well. And for anyone watching, for those of you that are eager to refine your trading strategies further, remember that continuous learning is the key to success. So keep exploring and keep growing. Tolu, do you have any questions for me?
No question.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure. Again, in the next episode, which is our final episode, we're going to be looking at assessment, where we talk about self-development analysis and key takeaways from the show. We're also going to look at some of the areas where you need to improve on. We can do a review on your trades and see how far your progress or how far you've progressed with the learning process. Just do a review of your results and advise you even further. We're going to have a Q&A session as well. And that would be it. So guys, for everyone of you watching, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for the attention. And remember that you should stay tuned for the next episode, which is going to be the last episode. Like I've told you guys, we're going to do an assessment for Tolu, and we'll just basically review the whole trading journey that we had. All right. So while you're waiting for this episode, remember to join our Telegram channel. And in this Telegram channel, we normally post links to various educational materials. And you can also connect with like-minded traders and become a part of a traders community. Thank you once again. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, everyone.